Hey, how's it going? So we're currently looking for a new place since our family is getting a little bit bigger. We currently live in a one bedroom in Honolulu on the island of Oahu. Now most Hawaii house hunting videos are shot like vlog style, where they show all the amazing amenities and how nice their place is. We're not quite at that stage yet. Instead, we're just going to talk about our experience as we went out to see four places and kind of just talk about what we thought. And I think that our experience is a lot more relatable because for our budget, I'd say we have probably an average budget. What do you think? Average? Maybe?
I guess, maybe.
Maybe? Okay. Okay, so location A. It was a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath unit. The building was fairly old and it was really close to schools, like good schools, so that was really nice. And the amenities were okay, I thought. They had pool and basketball. Yeah. What'd you think of that first place?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it's not an ideal place. It's old. It's old for sure. But good thing about it was that they kind of, instead of having the balcony, they kind of made it as a part of their room.
So it made it bigger.
Bigger. So
Yeah.
like kind of, so when I walked in, I thought, oh, it's a kind of, see, it made it feel like it was about the same size as our kind of living room.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
from
yeah.
distance wise.
Yeah.
Too bad it was 1.5 bath though. If it was two bath, it would be better. It would have been better.
Yeah.
But at least we had our own bath.
Yeah.
And then like they have the, I guess, the one that we can all share, I guess.
So the way that it was set up, it was 1.5 bath. The half bath was in one of the bed or connected to one of the bedrooms directly. I assume that's the master bedroom. And then the other bathroom was the full one with the shower and the toilet, and that was kind of in the hallway. So that would be like the shared bathroom with everyone. And then there was also a closet that you could put like the washer and dryer in. So that was also good. The breeze I thought was pretty good. There was no AC in that one.
No.
Yeah.
Look, with all the condos that we saw, there's
Yeah.
no AC.
Yeah, there's no AC. So do you see yourself living in that one?
I wouldn't want to imagine.
Why not?
dot, dot, dot. If we have to, then I'll put up with it.
Yeah.
But I guess if I had choice, I wouldn't.
For the first one, location A, I could see us living there. There were enough of the things in that place that I thought, okay, well, it's not like the nicest place, but the school area is really good, and I thought it would be enough. All right, so now location B, same setup, right? So it was 2-bedroom and 1.5 bath, and the lanai was not enclosed though, so it was like separate with like a sliding door. Yeah, what'd you think of the second one?
Horrible.
Okay, why was it horrible?
Flooring was horrible.
So
Flooring.
so the floor as a picture, it looked pretty nice.
Nice, smooth.
Yeah, it looked so nice. Like when you look at it on the picture, it's like, oh wow, it's like brand new and
Oh, wait until you walk in there. You could actually see from far. You could see all the like bump, bump.
yeah, it was pretty uneven.
Yeah, it was very uneven.
I could see why that place hasn't sold so fast because
It's needing a lot of work.
yeah, it's gonna need a lot of work. Yeah. Do you see yourself living in that one?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, I don't think we could live in that one. So now let's talk about location C. And this was same area, but different building. And this one was a 3-bedroom and 2 full bath. And it had washer dryer in there. It had a parking. It had some nice amenities there. What did you think about that?
I think C was probably the place that I would say yes on living. I think it's probably because although the building was actually older than the ones that we saw before, but I guess it was nicely renewed in a lot of area. I guess a lot of rooms at least. It was clean, but I'm sure it was also the setup that probably the sellers did to make the place look better than actually could have been. I'm not sure, but it looked like fairly like new-ish. And they had three bedrooms with one sliding door, but then I could kind of imagine like, oh, if anybody wants to like stay with us, like a person, like some,
Yeah.
like my parents visiting from Japan, or like I don't know, my friend, like they could stay in that place, and I thought that would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that location C was okay. It looked really nice because it was presented really nice. Like the furniture and stuff that they put in there. I don't know if the person actually lived there
Not
anymore.
sure. I don't
It
think
didn't
so.
it didn't look like it. So they did a good job of like decorating the place so you could like feel like you're at home, even though when you actually buy it, it'll just be completely empty.
Empty.
It was just really strange, the layout. So it had the three bedrooms, and the master bedroom is nice, but the two bedrooms, and they're really close to the front.
Oh yeah.
That was just to me kind of weird.
They're close to the
Yeah,
hallway
yeah,
outside. Yeah.
yeah, and like
Even the windows.
yeah, and because you don't have AC in there,
Oh,
you gotta open the windows, and it's to me just really weird that people can just like walk by, and it's like
see
yeah, it's like
inside.
yeah, that would be one thing that I would have to get used to. I guess just having that being so close to people, because in our current place, we don't have windows like on that side, just the way the building is designed. So it's just like lanai, and then there's a door, but there's no like other windows where people can just like walk by. So I think in some of these older buildings, you get a lot of that just so you can catch the breeze. To me, when I went in there, I was just like, not really for me. Okay, so let's talk about location D. So this is a similar unit
Right.
in the same like complex, I guess.
Complex,
Different
yeah.
building, but same like complex. And so it was again 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
The person who showed us the room, I mean, he still lives there. So like, he had lots of stuff.
The first one looked like a showroom, so everything was clean. So everything was just well spread out and made the place look and feel bigger. The second one, because the guy was still living there, that's what a normal home looks like. It's messy. I mean, I shouldn't say
It
I
was
shouldn't
not
say
like
it's
it was
messy.
Just he had lots of things.
Yeah, it's just full of stuff, and that's just how normal. Like even our place, right? It has stuff. It's not like all our bookshelves are all clean and everything is off the ground. Like it's just that's what it would look like if we were to move in. It's good to kind of see how that impacts like the buying experience, right? So if we end up selling our place, it's good to remember that. But I really appreciate that guy being so open
Yeah.
and honest. He showed us a lot of the different things in the building.
Yeah, amenities.
Yeah, and he talked about some potential
Oh, the raise.
yeah,
and
the fees and stuff going up. So I
maintenance.
think that was really good to disclose because, for us, having the HOA fees where we currently are is pretty low, and then going to some of these older buildings, especially, the fees are going to be quite high, and that's something to consider. It's not just the mortgage that you're paying every month, but it's also this association fee that could go up and up and up, and you don't really have control over that. So, do you think you could see yourself in that one?
No.
Okay.
I'm like, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Me too. I appreciate, getting to view that, but I don't think it could be for us. And I think it's important to kind of understand, I think, our situation, and maybe people can kind of relate to our situation and what we're kind of going through. So for us, we currently own this place, which is great. It's just too small for our family. And so the challenge in looking for a new place is with the prices being so high, it's a good thing for us as owners because that means that we could sell and potentially get more money for that to be used towards our next place. At the same time, because it's so expensive, we are also shopping in the same market, which means that the places that we look at are also expensive. And so if prices go down and we can look at some of these 2-3 bedroom places or townhomes and it's like, oh, look, it's getting cheaper, which is good. But that also means that our place, if we try to sell it, will also go for less. So it's kind of like this moving scale where both will move at the same time. It's very challenging to try and, I think, sell and move at the same time. But that's the situation that we're sort of in, which is, I know, a really nice position compared to if we were renting. So when you looked at some of these places, how did you feel about those particular places? Because that's kind of where our price range would be.
I was shocked
Why?
with the amount of not money that we may. I mean, we have our budget obviously on this too, and then like with the amount of the money that we set, and if that's what we get off, there are a lot of we have to adjust a lot of things that we're so used to living here. A lot of downgrades in a way. Like we're so spoiled by ACs. And all these places that we saw the other day, they had no AC, no breeze, and and just some people are just so used to that too.
Yeah.
The place that we live right now is very convenient too. First of all, we live in town, and we have access to a lot of things that are in a walking distance, and also we can always use a car to go too. But
Yeah.
just for me who can't drive, it's very convenient for me. As I grew up in Japan too, you can walk. Japanese people walk to it a lot of different places, like 10, 20, 30 minutes even, and it's okay. And just the access to all these places are very convenient, for me, at least for now. And then if we move to that area that we looked at, I'm not sure if I could do that anymore. I mean, of course there was like a shopping mall right across from the second place, but still it's not like I can go there every single day with kids, right? It's very
Yeah.
different. I guess when I came back from house hunting, like it made me realize how blessed we are with living where we are right now.
So the things that I learned from this trip, just checking out some houses, I don't know if it's a downgrade. It's sort of to me like a side grade, like
No,
we're
downgrade.
like
Look at my face. It's a downgrade.
like the place that we're living in now, it's nice.
It's
It
decent.
it doesn't seem nice, I guess, like when you compare it to some other places, but it's definitely nicer compared to some of those places that we looked at,
Oh, for sure.
and
We have elevator. We have AC. I mean,
Yeah.
that's already good enough. I feel like it's like, oh,
but I think just going and checking out these places, it's a good like perspective on like what I guess local, like more local people, like that's their living conditions, and it doesn't mean that it's like horrible, like it's not like a slum or it's like bad. It's just that that's like the quality of what most local people can afford, which is older buildings, and they make all these compromises. Whereas if you look like in town, especially in like the Kaka'ako area, it's like all brand new. It's like super low. It's like it's just nice. And living here in town, you see that, and that just becomes your normal, right? You just think everyone lives like that, and that's just how things are. But actually, that's a very special like area, and most places are buildings from like the 70s and 8 or older. That's just the quality that people kind of tolerate, they just live with, they just deal with it, and that's something that is unfortunate for us because if this place was bigger, then we wouldn't have to move. We just live here, and that'd be the end. But for us, we do need to move at some point. We do have to move, and I think going out and checking out what was available, it's just really eye-opening, I guess, because you never really know how, I guess, maybe how good things are until you like go to other places, and it's just like, I guess where we are is really nice. And that's sort of that was my takeaway from our experience was it's going to be tough. I mean, everyone knows the market is really hard right now, and what's available, there's not much available, or whatever it is available, it just goes really quickly. But it also made me appreciate where we live, and if we do have to move out and sell, it's going to be really tough because it may not be the same as here. In fact, it probably won't. That's okay. That's kind of what I think a lot of people are kind of experiencing. That's what they're looking at. So they're not looking at Kaka'ako, all right? They're looking at other places. So anyway, just wanted to share that. It's sort of like a housing update. This is kind of like a part 2 of the other video that we made about
oh yeah.
talking with the realtor. But this time we actually went out and looked around and saw what kind of there is in our price range. And for other people, they maybe have like a bigger price range, so their experiences would be different. But again, I think that our experience is probably more relatable just because of the budget that we do have, and that's probably what most people are going to experience when they look for housing. You know, it's really tough, and even when you get out there, it's expensive, and you look at what's available, and you're like, yeah, I don't know if this is going to be worth it. But what are you going to do?
Well, yeah, like you mentioned, it really made me appreciate where we live right now. It made me think more about how, oh yeah, we can stay here a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I know the space wise it's gonna be tight, but then I think we can tolerate that for a few more years.
We'll see.
But better try to enjoy things that are around here. Like just right now, it will get tighter, obviously, with with one bedroom, obviously. But some people live in a studio with like a family, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even understand how they do that. But it's like, we'll find our way. And I know it also looking at the housing market, it's also about, in a way, not a well, it's also a luck too of the buyer and the seller and the timing of it.
Yeah.
It's like you have to you have to go through it at the you have to go through it in the kind of right season, of what you're looking for, and if that matches with the seller, and it's just a lot of things you have to work on in a way to be there. So it was kind of good to see what's there in the market, and kind of got to see how it works as a process itself, because I didn't know anything about it until we kind of started looking and actually going in person of what it is with a realtor, and so it was a good experience. Definitely learned a lot. It made me thankful for what we have and how much this place is worth, and we'll try to enjoy this blessing that we have for a few more years.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching, and hello.
Hello.